I want you to be focused on celebrating more successes in your life. When you do, number one, you're going to be a lot more positive, which is always great, right? It helps out with your brain, helps out with your energy, being more positive. But it's also going to help you to be able to find them. As a leader, attract them and find them and attract them to you. As a leader, I believe it is your responsibility to be more positive than negative, to be more, we can do it, than why the heck do we do that? It's so important for you to do that. Your team needs to see powerful, strong leadership. Hey leaders, welcome to today's leadership video. I'm excited to be here and I'm excited to talk to you about this special subject, a subject that I talk about often, but I don't know if it's always heard. It's about celebrating success. Celebrating the big successes, the small successes, celebrating successes in every way. I know that might sound trite, and I know it might be like, oh yeah, how is this quantifiable, Dino? But it really is. It's about really understanding that when you celebrate small successes, you start seeing bigger successes, and small successes lead to very, very, very big, large successes. Very big, large successes. I don't know if that makes sense, but you know what I'm saying. You know, it's so important for us to get out of the habit, and it is a habit, of always looking for what's wrong. And in your profession, it is something as high performance leaders, as people who are always trying to achieve more, it is something that can be detrimental to your practice when you're only seeing what's wrong and not what's actually working right and how it's going well. And celebrating those successes. As you know, on every call that I do, especially with your teams, I'm asking, okay, what are some celebrations? And it's always fascinating to me that people don't want to talk about it. Either they don't want to brag, or they don't feel like they have any successes, or they don't want to be the one who's always talking about successes. You know, it's okay to share and celebrate the successes. I so recommend and encourage you to, in your daily huddles, always start with successes. And it doesn't have to be within the practice always. We do want to make sure we cultivate a lot of those practice successes, but also successes outside of our life, successes anywhere. I used to have a mentor who used to say, if I don't find a success in my life, I'll find somebody else around me who has a success so that I can celebrate that success. Because it just becomes one of those reticular activator moments, right? It turns it on. It makes you always be seeking for it and finding it. And so I want you to be focused on celebrating more successes in your life. When you do, number one, you're going to be a lot more positive, which is always great, right? It helps out with your brain, helps out with your energy, being more positive. But it's also going to help you to be able to find them. As a leader, attract them and find them and attract them to you. As a leader, I believe it is your responsibility to be more positive than negative, to be more, we can do it, than why the heck do we do that? It's so important for you to do that. Your team needs to see powerful, strong leadership so that they'll want to get behind you. No one wants to follow a negative Nelly or a Debbie Downer, right? Everyone wants to follow the guy who believes, who has hope, who has a plan, because we have a plan, right? We created that together, but also that you know it'll happen, that you're forthright and believing this is what can happen. And that's so important for your team members to see that. You also have to remember that many of your team members, unfortunately, don't have that in their own lives. Whatever their backgrounds are, whatever they're dealing with their own life, your office gets to be the sanctuary to them for positivity, for looking at the good in life, and to actually really truly making a difference in other people's lives. And they get that conceptually, but are they taking that in? Are they really making that a part of their life? Well, I believe the only way to make that happen is by you being an example of success and celebrating that success, and being willing to look at the small things, even when we only find the small things. Maybe we had a really bad day. Maybe we had just a bunch of tough patients. Well, do not leave your office that day until everybody gets together and talks about something successful, something that's gone on, to where you can raise that energy level and be positive. So What successes do you have in your life? Really think about that for a moment. As soon as this video ends in a second, think about that and gather 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 different successes that you can see that's happened to you in the past day or last 7 days. And just really own it, feel it, and celebrate it. I hope that serves you. You guys have an awesome day and an awesome week, actually, and we'll see you on the next video.